Corruption
is a serious cancer of a country. Corruption, according to MSCC, is the act of giving or receiving of any gratification or reward in the form of cash or in kind of high value for performing a task in relation to the job description. In Malaysia, the Corruption Perceptions Index (CPI) was rated 50 scores in 2023, on a scale from 0 highly corrupted to 100 clean, which is quite concerning when comparing the neighborhood countries such as Singapore, which has significantly higher scores than Malaysia. Are the Malaysians really understand the depth of corruption? Do we really know what's hidden behind the curtain of mishaps and actions that causes corruption?
Being corrupt is not always being the matter of black and white. A police ask for illegal driver from some pocket money can be more corrupt than an officer accept the money when it was offered to him. Yes, to identify the corruption, we must differentiate between the individual's benefit and the organization benefit when the bribe, offer, or service was rendered. Corruption tends to be linked with the individual's benefit, such as the acceptance from someone from the low privilege background to the high privilege background. So the person from low privilege background can get away from the trouble, and the high privilege background can receive a sort of benefit. A threat from someone as a service provider to a service benefactor, where both parties seems to be in a win-to-win situation, but this process should never be exposed in public because there are some wrong in law and in terms of social contract.
If a person thinks the benefit of corruption minus the probability of being caught times its penalty is greater than the benefit of not being caught, the person will rationally choose to be corrupted. Ali is a reckless driver on the road. He always drives above the speed limit, but among all the reckless driving journey he only gets caught for a few times, and the speed tickets so far are very much affordable for him. Even some highway officers can easily get persuaded to grant pardon to him. From the upper scenario, we found that whether a person being corrupted was caused by its rational thinking. For instance, Ali thinks that since he can afford the speed tickets and sometimes can even get away easily with kind-hearted officers, he always drives as fast as possible to reach destination, which is a merit for him.
Sometimes we are not just considering the motive of a person being corrupted, but we also consider the backgrounds and the environment of the people's surroundings. A research done by GovDA in 1995, it is found that if people come from a specific society with a huge gap of background boundaries in many aspects such as wealth, infrastructures, education, and developments by a controlling government, people tend to be unaware of corruption happenings, and this continues to feed the governments to be greed and abusing powers. For example, in last century in India, many places are still controlled by local governments, and they are using television as a media to spread fake propagandas and news to lure their people to vote for them in the next elections.
Failure of proper management of governments may lead to public officials to become corrupt. A bunch of public sectors may be oriented to produce or can say to generate the game of bribes if the government fail to implement strict rules, or they can play the bribe of games by themselves. Like for example, a lot of top officials that is greedy in money of course, they have the ability and the high power. So they may organize a large scales of corrupted system, such as trading of weapons, drugs, and banned substances for tax deductions. Of course, this kind of example we can find it in reality in some country that is heavily reliant on the things we call dangerous goods and to generate economic flow. Corruption was described as contagious, which means each person become corrupted, slowly the surrounding people will have a big risk to become corrupted. Again, Ali is a hardworking company slave for his company. He even reached speed limit to reach company as soon as possible to work earlier than other company staff. However, he noticed that the boss gave higher salary and promotion to the other worker despite didn't contribute as much. With only one reason, the worker always buy luxury lunch to his boss. I had to make boss happy for higher salary. So instead of working hard, he started by buying expensive teas and introduced his friends to the boss that can give a promotion on buying luxury things. In the same month, the boss gave higher salary and treated him much better. At this point, Ali had included in the game of corruption culture in his company.
Corruption.
You give and helping family members and friends to get a job seems natural from your own perspective, but not from the organization will or an employee. Your job is to make decisions based on the company's best interest, not your own best interest. It's called nepotism. This personal relationship will affect your decision and causing you to act and take sides of your friends and family members when making decisions. This is when corruption occurs. For example, one of the main reasons of bankruptcy of Sri Lanka in 2022 was caused by the corruption of Rajapaksa family. Rajapaksa controlled so many executive power that Rajapaksa managed to free his family members from all sorts of scandal investigation. Rajapaksa also introduced many irrational policies that drains the citizens' money, and he used this money for the expenses of his family member for traveling and medical treatment. In the end, Rajapaksa even managed to flee from Sri Lanka from the fewer citizens that managed to brought into his mansion. In conclusion, corruption is a cancer, but you are the cure. As innocent citizens of these nations, let us reduce the CPI of Malaysia and start practicing integrity and anti-corruption manner. You might not be an contributor of anti-corruption campaign, but you will be an important part that contributes to the change of the country for a better and cleaner future. Let us run clean with anti-corruption. We are the cure. We are the future.